Well, well, well. Here we are, 129 days in the patch 0.4. It seems like we're going to be getting an announcement of 0.5 later this week, with the patch coming to land in early to mid-May, according to a post from the new lead communications manager, Kelly. Just like the rest of you, I'm really excited to see what GGG has been cooking up for the in-game overhaul in Path of Exile 2, especially with the amount of extra time that they've had to work on it since they pushed the release back from 0.4 to 0.5. However, I think we need to talk about the biggest problem facing Path of Exile 2's early access development: deadline consistency and over-promising.
So effectively, if you want to lock the features, you can't lock the date, and if you want to lock the date, you can't lock the features. Situation where, when dates aren't predictable, like players don't know what's going on, and also you can't communicate with the players about when things are going to happen. Because because we don't know, right? It's like, well, the feature has to happen. The huntress has to make it in. We don't know when it's going to be ready. We can't announce the date until the point where we know that that's happening, right? All I can do is give a vague estimate. And obviously, it was like a really hard thing to cut, because obviously, like, you're going to have another one without a class. Like, it feels really terrible.
Yeah,
but we've got the philosophy now of, like, we have to make sure that we're in the release month that we say we're going to be in. So therefore, something had to go, and unfortunately, that was it.
Is the contingency just that, like, occasionally you just might delay by a few weeks here?
I don't want to. I really want to be real strict about it. Like,
we said we'd stick to the time and adapt the content around the time. Like, consistency is key.
It helps with everything, right? It helps with the players just feeling the consistency. It helps with like developers. Like it's just overall like a way better state to be in.
Trying not to spoil anything here. We obviously are spoiling the fact we are doing something. And I'll tell you, it's not even. It's not the same. It's not similar. It's like, it's in a whole different universe.
Late April, we'll be showing our new major expansion to the in-game, so there's still a lot to look forward to during early access.
Over the past year of development, we've heard GGG state very clearly that they are going to lock in dates and not content. However, the 4-month release schedule that was promised to us lasted approximately one patch. The idea of locking dates versus content was thrown out the window the moment that they promised 0.5 would be a huge in-game patch, which comes after saying that 0.4 would be the huge in-game patch before it was delayed. And this wouldn't have even been a point of discussion if GGG had just held their cards a little bit closer to their chest and had not revealed their hand for being 100% sure that they could meet their own self-prescribed deadline. Now, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how hard that job is. I do, however, have almost a decade in experience in leading large teams, and am tasked with hitting deadlines and, more importantly, managing expectations. Most of the community spent the last week waiting for the announcement of the announcement. I was making excuses for GGG to my friends in the community, explaining to them how if we got the announcement on the 16th or the 17th, and then we got the showcase live stream on the 23rd of April, then GGG could release 0.5 on Friday, May 1st, and it would still land them within April week 4 on a physical calendar, barely keeping their 4-month release schedule promise. Instead, we had radio silence. Now, I am all about glazing GGG and giving them the space they need to cook. They've created the 2 best ARPGs on the market, and they continue to blow us away almost every time. But more importantly, I value holding people to their word. The easiest solution is to be more reserved in revealing what is coming in upcoming patches. This may sound counterintuitive to some, but we aren't talking about small QOL changes that they mentioned during Q&A sessions answering different questions from the community. We're talking about the big ticket items, the in-game updates, the classes, the hacks. I might be a minority in this, but I would much rather be pleasantly surprised by the content showcased for a patch than disappointed by missed deadlines and broken promises. What do you think about this issue? Would you prefer locked dates or locked content? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, and also hype it if you're on mobile. It makes a huge impact on how the video is shown across the YouTube platform. I'm really excited to react to all of the upcoming in-game changes along with all of you this week. And remember, you can't die if you just don't get hit. So stay alive, Exile, or I'll see you on the beach.